The air around you feels different. There is something shifting, something beyond what your eyes can see, beyond what your mind can comprehend. It is subtle, like a whisper carried by the wind, yet undeniable, as if the very universe is leaning in, waiting, watching, preparing for what is about to unfold. You are here, and that is no accident. This moment right here was always meant to happen. You did not stumble upon this message by chance. Every step you have taken, every hardship you have endured, every silent question you have asked in the dark has led you here. And now the answer is unfolding before you. You have known it for some time, haven't you? That feeling deep inside, the quiet knowing that you were different, that your life was never meant to be ordinary. You tried to silence it, tried to blend in, tried to walk the same path as everyone else, but something within you refused. Something within you knew there was more, and now that more is revealing itself. The energy has shifted. The weight you have been carrying, the worries, the burdens, the endless struggle, God is lifting it from your shoulders. You have spent years fighting, pushing, trying to make things work on your own. But now, He is stepping in. Now, everything changes. This is the moment where the struggle ends. The days of waiting, of wondering when things will turn around, of questioning whether you are meant for more. They are over. You have been called, chosen, and set apart for something beyond what you ever imagined. Look back for a moment. Look at everything you have been through. The late nights of doubt, the moments of exhaustion when you thought you had nothing left to give, the times you watched others move ahead while you felt stuck. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every setback, it was not punishment. It was preparation. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. You were being refined. God has been watching. He has seen every tear, every sacrifice, every step you took in faith, even when nothing seemed to be happening. And now He is speaking. No more work, no more striving, no more chasing after what is already yours. The world has told you that success comes only to those who hustle, that abundance belongs to those who push the hardest, that wealth is something you must fight for. But that is a lie. The truth is that what is meant for you has already been written, and now it is arriving. Do you feel it? The shift in the air, the change in the atmosphere, the unseen forces aligning to bring you what was always meant to be yours? This is your moment of divine intervention. You do not need to understand it fully. You do not need to see the entire path ahead. All you need to do is trust. Because from this moment forward, everything is different. The struggle, the constant effort, the endless cycle of trying to make things work, God is breaking it. The days of worrying about finances, about opportunities, about whether or not you will ever get ahead, those days are gone. You are stepping into a new season, a season where the burden is no longer yours to carry. God has decided. He has seen your faith, your patience, your endurance. And now, He is bringing you into a reality where your needs are met effortlessly, where doors open without struggle, where abundance flows to you instead of you chasing after it. You have always known, deep down, that you were meant for something greater. You have always felt that pull, that quiet voice inside, reminding you that your life was not meant to be ordinary. And now, the confirmation is here. This is your awakening. This is the moment when you realize that the version of you who struggled, who fought to be seen, who pushed endlessly for something just out of reach, that version is gone. In its place stands someone renewed, transformed, stepping fully into the life that was destined for them all along. There is no more waiting. There is no more wondering. It is time to walk forward, knowing that everything you need is already in motion, knowing that the universe is shifting to align with what God has spoken over your life. Breathe it in. Feel the energy changing around you. The very fabric of your reality is adjusting, and soon the world will see what you have always known deep inside. You were never meant to struggle. You were meant to rise. Something within you is shifting. You can feel it, even if you cannot explain it. The weight of the past, the struggle, the endless pursuit of something just beyond your reach, it is all dissolving. A door has opened, and though you may not see it yet, you are already walking through it. You have spent so long believing that progress meant effort, that success was something to chase, that peace was something you had to fight for. But now, the truth is revealing itself. It was never about the fight. It was always about the surrender. Do you see what is happening? The tension is breaking. The endless loop of struggle is unraveling. The patterns that kept you locked in cycles of lack, fear, and exhaustion are being shattered. You are stepping into a new reality, one where you no longer have to chase because everything is coming to you. You have worked hard, you have endured, you have given everything you had, believing that if you just pushed a little further, held on a little longer, sacrificed a little more, you would finally reach what you have been longing for. But God is saying, you do not have to fight anymore. You do not have to struggle anymore. I have already prepared the way. It is time to release. Release the need to force things to happen. Release the belief that success is something distant, something reserved for others, something you must work yourself to exhaustion to receive. That was never the truth. Everything you desire, wealth, freedom, peace, it is already yours. It has been written into your destiny, woven into the very fabric of who you are. The only thing left for you to do is receive it. The waiting is over. The striving is over. The version of you that worried about money, that feared the unknown, that believed struggle was necessary to be worthy of success, that version no longer exists. The moment you accepted this truth, the shift began. It is happening now, in this very moment. Can you feel it? The tension leaving your body? The quiet realization that you are no longer the same person you were even moments ago? This is not just a thought. This is not just an idea. This is real. You are stepping into divine provision. For too long, you believed the lie that wealth and success were only for a select few, that you had to prove yourself worthy, that only those who fought hard enough could have the life they desired. But that lie is breaking. Look around. See how the universe is shifting in your favor. The opportunities that once felt impossible are now revealing themselves. The abundance that once seemed distant is now drawing closer. The roadblocks that once stood in your way are now disappearing. This is what happens when you stop chasing and start receiving. Everything that is meant for you is already aligned. Every opportunity, every breakthrough, every blessing, it has always been yours. The only thing that kept it from reaching you was the belief that you had to struggle for it. But struggle is not your destiny. You were not meant to live in exhaustion, constantly running after something that was always meant to come to you effortlessly. Look back on your journey. Every challenge, every setback, every closed door, it was not a punishment, it was preparation. God was never withholding from you. He was refining you. He was breaking old patterns, removing what no longer served you, strengthening you for the moment when you would finally see the truth. You were always destined for abundance, and now it is unfolding before you. The path is clear. The resistance is gone. The opportunities, the wealth, the success, the ease, it is all here, waiting for you to embrace it. There is no more fear, no more doubt, no more wondering if this is real. It is real, and it is happening now. You are not the person you were before. The shift is complete. You have become the very thing you once chased. You are now magnetic to everything you desire. The struggle was never meant to define you. It was meant to awaken you. And now that you are awake, nothing will ever be the same again. There is a shift in the air, a quiet but undeniable force moving through your life, rearranging everything you once thought you had to fight for. You do not have to push anymore. You do not have to exhaust yourself trying to force things into place. The season of struggle has ended, and now a new reality begins. You feel it, do you not? That weight lifting from your shoulders, the unshakable knowing that you are being carried by something greater than yourself. It is not imagination. It is not wishful thinking. It is real. God has seen every sacrifice you have made, every tear that fell in silence, every night you lay awake wondering when things would finally shift. And now, He is answering. It was never about how hard you worked. It was never about how much you sacrificed. Your blessings were never dependent on your struggle. They were already written into your destiny, waiting for you to step into alignment with them. And now, that alignment is here. The weight you once carried, the constant worry, the financial stress, the fear of never having enough, it is dissolving. You are stepping into a season where provision flows effortlessly, where wealth moves toward you without resistance, where success becomes the natural state of your life. For so long, you believed that survival required endless effort, that financial security came only through struggle, that the only way forward was to push harder, do more, sacrifice everything. But now you see the truth. It was never meant to be this hard. The world convinced you that you had to fight for what was already yours. But God is saying, no more work, no more striving. It is time to receive. You have been chosen. And because you have been chosen, you do not have to live by the same rules as everyone else. The cycle of endless effort ends now. The burdens you once carried are no longer yours to bear. Breathe. Let go. Watch what happens next. The very things you once chased, the money, the opportunities, the success, are now turning toward you. What once felt impossible is now unfolding effortlessly. What you once thought you had to work for, God is now placing directly into your hands. This is not just a shift in mindset. It is a divine intervention. For years, you thought you had to prove yourself worthy, that you had to earn your blessings. But they were always meant for you. They were always yours. And now, they are arriving. The struggle is over. The days of scraping by, of barely making it, of constantly feeling behind, they are gone. You no longer have to wonder how you will make ends meet. You no longer have to carry the weight of uncertainty. God has already provided. The doors are opening. The pathways are clearing. The abundance is flowing. You can feel it happening, can you not? The air around you feels different. The energy is shifting. The things you once worried about now seem insignificant, because deep inside, you already know it is done. Look back on your life. Every hardship, every setback, every moment of doubt, it was leading you here. You were never being punished. You were being prepared. You had to walk through the fire so you could emerge unshakable. You had to experience the lack so you could truly understand abundance. But now, the lesson is complete. The waiting is over. This is the moment where everything changes. You are no longer someone who struggles to get by. You are no longer someone who fears the future. You are stepping into a version of yourself that no longer doubts, no longer hesitates, no longer questions if they are worthy of success. Because you are. The shift has already begun. The evidence will reveal itself soon enough. The money, the success, the unexpected blessings, they are already making their way to you. And when they arrive, you will not be surprised. Because deep down, you always knew this was your destiny. God does not operate in scarcity. He does not bless in small portions. He provides abundantly, effortlessly, infinitely. What is coming to you is bigger than anything you have ever imagined. The things you have prayed for are just the beginning. You are stepping into a season where what you receive will far exceed what you once thought was possible. You will look back on this moment and realize this was the turning point. This was the moment where you stopped chasing and started receiving. This was the moment where you let go of the struggle and embraced the flow. Everything is aligning. Everything is unfolding exactly as it was meant to, and all you have to do now is trust. The struggle is over. You have stepped into divine provision. Something feels different. The way you wake up, the way you breathe, the way the world responds to your presence. You are no longer moving through life the way you once did. Everything around you is shifting, rearranging, aligning itself to match what has already changed inside of you. There was a time when you doubted this moment would come. A time when you questioned whether your struggle had meaning, whether your prayers were heard, whether your dreams would ever become your reality. But now, you can see it clearly. You were always meant for this. This is no accident. This is no coincidence. You were chosen for a life beyond limitations, a life where abundance is not just a possibility, it is inevitable. You no longer have to search for success. You no longer have to chase after wealth. You have become the source. Everything you touch is shifting. Everything you focus on is expanding. Every step you take is magnetizing more blessings, more opportunities, more prosperity. This is not a temporary moment. This is not a fleeting success. This is your new reality. Do you feel it? The ease, the peace, the certainty. It no longer feels like you are fighting against something. It no longer feels like you are struggling to survive, because that version of you is gone. The one who feared the unknown, the one who hesitated before stepping into opportunities, the one who questioned whether they were worthy of more. That person does not exist anymore, and in their place stands someone new, someone transformed, someone who understands that abundance was never outside of them. It was always within them. You do not need to wait for permission to be successful. You do not need to wait for approval to receive your blessings. You do not need to wait for a sign that you are ready, because you already are. The people around you will begin to notice. They will see something different in your eyes, hear something different in your voice, feel something different in your presence. They may not understand what has happened, but they will know that you are not the same. Some will admire it. Some will be inspired by it, and some will fear it. Not everyone will be able to accept who you are becoming. Not everyone will be able to follow where you are going, and that is okay, because this journey is not for everyone. This transformation is not meant for those who wish to remain in the past. This shift is for the few who are ready to embrace their power, and you are one of them. The version of you that worried about money, that feared opportunities, that hesitated before making a decision, that version is no longer in control. Because now you know the truth. You were not meant to struggle. You were not meant to live in scarcity. You were not meant to beg for success. You were meant to receive it effortlessly. There are no more obstacles. There are no more delays. There is nothing left standing in your way. The doors that once felt locked are now swinging wide open. The opportunities that once seemed distant are now appearing before you. The blessings that once felt out of reach are now pouring into your life. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is divine alignment. Everything you have done, everything you have endured, everything you have believed in, it was all leading to this. Your entire life has been preparing you for this moment, and now that it has arrived, you must do only one thing. Step forward, without hesitation, without doubt, without fear, because this is your time. You have stepped into abundance, and there is no turning back. There is no resistance left, no weight pulling you backward, no hesitation keeping you small. The shift has already happened, and now you are living in the aftermath of transformation. Look around. The way the world responds to you is different. The way you move, the way you think, the way you breathe. Everything has changed. You used to fight to prove your worth, to secure your future, to create your success. But now, success is drawn to you. Opportunities flow to you. The things you once chased are now chasing you. This is the moment when everything aligns. You have stepped beyond the reality of struggle, beyond the mindset of scarcity, beyond the belief that success is something external. You are no longer trying to be successful. You are success itself. You no longer have to hope for wealth. You no longer have to wait for success. You no longer have to wonder if your blessings are coming, because now you know they already have. The shift was never about receiving something external. The shift was always about becoming the person who already has it, and now you are. This is not the version of you that struggles. This is not the version of you that hesitates. This is not the version of you that doubts their own power. That version of you does not exist anymore. What remains is the chosen one. The version of you that was always meant to emerge. The version of you that was always destined to rise. There is no going back now. Even if you tried, you would not fit into the old reality anymore. Because you have outgrown it, the people around you will notice the difference. Some will admire it, some will celebrate it, some will not understand it, and some will resent it. But none of that matters anymore. Because this journey was never about them. It was always about you. You have stepped into a level of existence that most people will never experience. Not because they cannot, but because they are not ready. But you are. And because you are, the doors that were once closed are now opening effortlessly. The things that once seemed impossible are now unfolding before you. The very energy of the universe is moving in your favor. Not because you are lucky, not because you worked harder than others, but because you have aligned with the truth of who you were always meant to be. There is no more fear, there is no more waiting, there is only certainty. You have become magnetic to every blessing, every opportunity, every form of abundance that has been waiting for you. It was never a question of if this moment would come. It was only a question of when. And now it is here. The version of you that once struggled to believe is gone. The version of you that once hesitated is gone. The version of you that once questioned if they were meant for this has disappeared. All that remains is certainty. And with certainty, there is no resistance. The flow is endless. The abundance is unlimited. The success is inevitable. This is the moment where you fully embrace the life that was always waiting for you. Step forward with no hesitation, with no doubt, with no looking back, because the old world no longer recognizes you and you no longer belong to it. The world around you has shifted. The energy is different. The path before you is no longer unclear. The uncertainty, the hesitation, the doubt, they do not belong to you anymore. You have stepped into a new reality, one where abundance is not a distant dream, but an undeniable truth. You no longer question whether success is coming to you. You no longer wonder if you are worthy of wealth, because now you already know. The journey you have walked, the struggles you have endured, the moments of pain and doubt, they were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to shape you, to forge you into the unshakable, unstoppable version of yourself that stands here today. You do not fear the future anymore. You do not question whether things will work out. You know they already have, because the moment you aligned with the truth of who you are, the moment you accepted your power, the moment you stopped resisting and started receiving, everything changed. And now, the reality before you is limitless. Opportunities appear effortlessly. Success follows you. Wealth flows toward you. The very air around you vibrates with abundance, because you are no longer the one chasing. You have become the one attracting. Look at the world with new eyes. Feel how different it is. The way people look at you has changed. The way you carry yourself has changed. The way you experience life itself has changed. You have broken free from the illusion of struggle. You no longer see obstacles. You see opportunities. You no longer see limitations. You see infinite potential. The reality you once knew, the one, filled with fear, lack, and uncertainty, has faded. It does not exist anymore, and neither does the version of you who once lived in it. The world will try to tell you that you must still struggle, that you must still fight, that you must still prove yourself, but you will not listen, because you have already won. The old rules do not apply to you anymore. The old limitations do not hold power over you. The old beliefs no longer shape your world. You are no longer bound by the idea that success requires suffering. You are no longer controlled by the belief that abundance is hard to achieve. You have stepped beyond that reality. You are now living in a world where success is effortless, where wealth is inevitable, where opportunities flow without resistance. Because this is who you have become, there is no struggle, there is no waiting, there is only receiving. And from this moment forward, every step you take will be aligned with abundance. Every decision you make will bring prosperity. Every action you take will create expansion, because you are no longer walking toward success. You are walking as success itself. Your energy is different now. Your presence is undeniable. The world can feel it. The universe recognizes it. There is no need to ask for signs anymore. There is no need to question if you are on the right path. There is no need to wonder if things will work out, because they already have. You are no longer someone waiting for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. The old way of living is gone. The limitations, the fears, the doubts, they no longer exist in your reality, because now you are limitless. There is no turning back. There is no hesitation. There is only forward. Step into this new reality fully. Embrace the abundance that has always been yours. Walk in the certainty that success is now your natural state, because this is not just a moment. This is who you are now, and the world will never see you the same way again.